We just finished working with a client who was diagnosed with Lyme disease 6 months ago. She took antibiotics, but unfortunately, antibiotics did not work for her. They estimated 427,000 new cases of Lyme disease each year in the United States alone. Sadly, a lot of people don't even realize that they have been bitten by a tick, and sadly, the Lyme disease does not get diagnosed, which allows the infection to spread faster and wreck the immune system. And the reason for that is because not every person who has Lyme disease will have the same symptoms. Some people get joint pain, some people have memory loss or brain fog, and even it increases the risk of getting dementia. What we do is we optimize your immune system, which allows your immune system to work properly and more efficiently and help you fight the infection. That's why a client who was diagnosed with Lyme disease, her joint pain went from 5 out of 5 down to 0. In addition to that, a client was working with functional doctors and different Lyme specialists for 6 months. She was not getting better. She was paying attention to a post, and she told us that she remembered that I told her, if you're not getting better within 6 weeks, it means your expert is not good at solving your problem, and you need to get a new coach and a doctor to help you.
Hey, my name is Samantha Hartley, and I wanted to share a little of my experience working with Victoria and Oksana in their immune system healing program. I came to them because I had been bitten about 10 months ago by a tick and developed something called Borrelia Myamotoi, which is not Lyme disease, but like a cousin of it, called tick-borne relapsing fever. Luckily, I did not end up with a relapsing fever, but I did end up with a lot of weird stuff going on in my body. I'm very alert and aware of what's going on in my body because I work out a lot and do yoga and I lift weights. And so I know sometimes my knee is like this until I work out, or, I ever get like a little something in my toe or like my mouse finger or my mouse thumb or things. So I knew that this was not cool. It wasn't like what was going on with me. So I did a little bit of the Western medicine approach, which is antibiotics basically, and it did not get better. I had done a ton of research on this, of course, because I just wanted to know how to get rid of it as quickly as possible, because I consider myself a healthy person, and so this was not working for me in my life. And I found out that it tends to be very resistant to antibiotics, so I needed to find something else to treat it with. And so that's when I found Oksana and Victoria's program. And I'm Facebook friends with them, so I had seen a lot of their testimonial videos and things like that, and so I knew that they did something that was scientific and real. So I started the program. The symptoms that I was experiencing were common for this particular tick disease, which is arthralgia and myalgia. So arthritis that is not doesn't involve the swelling of the joints, just kind of like pain in the joints, and then myalgia, just like muscle pains, except for in my case I had muscle stiffness. And it's even hard for me to remember what I had back in the beginning, but I just had all over stuff that was causing me I couldn't work out anymore. I ended up gaining a lot of weight because my body was used to having these really aggressive workouts. And it just made it worse. Even walking my dog made it much worse. So as I was coming into the program, I was really looking for that to get better. Like my fingers, especially if it was cold outside, it would hurt my fingers to do this. And what I said in the program was out of respect for people who have actual pain, because I did meet people in the program who had extreme pain, on a scale of 1 to 10, above 10. And I would not say that my situation was painful at all. I would say I had aches, my joints did ache. On a scale of aching, I would put them at a 5 or a 6 sometimes. My knees especially were messed up. But I would get all kinds of obscure, my clavicle and the middle of my spine was really bad. And my toe joints and my hips. I'd never felt my hip joints ever. I couldn't have even located them probably. And I would feel deep in my hip joints, this kind of pain. So, but again, an ache. And so when I started the program, I had really high expectations for getting well quickly because, the protocol was pretty easy. I thought I can just do this and I'll probably be well and like pretty fast, especially when I looked at how sick other people were. And in fact, it turns out like this was a little worse than I thought it was, and it took a little longer. But after about 2 weeks, my symptoms started to improve dramatically. And then by like the 4th week, I was having days where the ache level was no longer a 5 or 6, but was closer to like a 2. Most days it was 2 or 3. And then I had a couple of days where it was like a 1, and as close to 0 as I've had since I got the thing in the first place. So what I would say is, as soon as I kind of felt a 0, like the next day it was a little bit worse. And that's probably the relapsing part of the tick illness. But, after, it was only a month. So after that, I was already seeing just such dramatic progress. And like right now, I'm 40 something days and my joints don't hurt. My knee doesn't hurt. I just walk the dog. I don't feel any stiffness or anything like that. And so I'm just super positive about it. I'm going to continue the protocol until I don't have any symptoms, no matter how many days and how much I work out. And doing the program, I felt just crazy amounts of energy. Like I admit, maybe had a lot of caffeine, like 10 cups of tea or something. So it gave me so much energy. And it was just kind of easy to do. My husband ended up doing it with me just because it was easier for the two of us to prepare everything together. And it's a good bonding experience, and we feel just like so much healthier. So I highly recommend, if you have something that you feel like nothing else has worked. One of the most impactful things that Oksana said that really caused me to take action was, if you've been working with a healthcare professional on this problem for more than 6 months, they do not know how to help you. And I've been working with a lot of healthcare professionals of alternative and Western medicine, and I was not getting better. And I realized I just had to do something different. So that's it.